Are you ready?
It's showtime, folks!
Wow, man, freaked out! Give me a hell yeah!
Throwdown Nation, we are live. It is a Wednesday. It is Thanksgiving Eve. We are rolling on Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, and Twitch. Tonight is a Wrestling Roundtable episode, and we're going to take a look at the card for this Saturday's WWE Survivor Series PLE and give our predictions. I'm your host, Matt, and with me are my two broadcast partners for tonight, indie wrestler Steven Calozzi and fellow wrestling podcaster and now officially a promoter, Chris Page of CCP Podcasting. How are we doing, fellas?
I'm doing well, man. How are you?
Man,
I didn't know who was supposed to speak first, so I just was like, I'll wait.
It's all right. No words needed. I'm Survivor Series rific right now. So.
Yep. And, for those of you that are watching this live, if you've got questions, comments, or whatever, just throw it in the chat and we'll definitely get to it as we can. But, I figure what we'll do is take a look at Survivor Series, go through all of that, and then, with tomorrow being Thanksgiving, I figure we'll wrap tonight's session up by maybe talking about what we're grateful for from this year in wrestling and what we're grateful for personally.
You want to start? I was going to let him go. I guess I'll go first. So what I'm grateful for as far as professional wrestling is our platform and our fan base and what we've been able to do. It's not so much for me about what's going on in the feds. It's all what's going on with me on the independent scene, and it's been very gratifying. And on the personal level, I thank God that my husband hasn't divorced me, because I spend 40 hours plus on the real job and another 45, 50 hours on a podcasting job. So I'm still married.
What about you, Steven?
Right. Well, it doesn't matter if you're, WWE, AEW, or, doing the indie grind. The grind is the grind, So the road is the road, as they say. But, it's funny about that, because I, all last week, I was, driving up to, North Alabama, all the way out to Piedmont, and then up to Atlanta, and just kind of, everywhere, all over the place, right, doing show to show to show. And for, as tough as that was, doing the whole getting your miles in and doing the road and all that stuff that they say, not easy. But there was a little bit of clarity when I was driving up to one of the shows, and just a sense of gratitude in that first, this is the thing that all the wrestlers talk about whenever they go on whenever they go on podcasts or they're doing documentaries, and they're talking about the road, they're talking about the traveling and everything like that. And it was a surreal moment of, that's what I'm doing right now. It may be just a couple independent shows, so it's not full time for me, but nonetheless, I'm living that dream, and it's surreal to think that I'm doing the same thing that, those who come before me are doing too. And there's like a whole wheel of gratitude that comes along with that, to the promoters, to the fans, to the fellow wrestlers out there, that give me inspiration and motivation. There's a whole litany of people, of things that I'm grateful for, both professionally and with regards to wrestling and outside. So, um, on the outside right now, obviously like the family and friends outside of wrestling that still support me doing this. Um, and everybody in the army, everybody in the service. So, because believe it or not, there are still people on base during Thanksgiving. So that's a little humbling. But regardless, we're here now. We're all wrestling ready, and I'm excited to see both of you gentlemen, and we're gonna have a great time talking about Survivor Series.
Absolutely. And as far as what I'm grateful for wrestling wise, this past year has really seen my show really take off, just in terms of overall growth metrics, et cetera, et cetera. I try not to get too hung up in the minutia of all of that, but it is nice actually seeing steady growth. And I've said this before, but finally being a small part of a business that I've loved for 45 years has just been the coolest thing in the world. So I'm grateful just to be a part of this wild world that all three of us love, called professional wrestling. And I mean, just finally being actually involved in the business is just something that I'm hugely grateful for. And I'm honestly grateful for both of you gentlemen. You guys both in a very short time have become true and trusted friends, and I don't say that lightly. So I'm grateful for you two.
You're gonna make me cry.
Yeah, right. I'm happy I'm wearing glasses right now.
If I cry, then he's gonna cry. Then if he cries,
That's
Matt, you're
right.
gonna cry. If Matt
There you
cries,
go.
the audience is gonna cry.
Well,
It's
but
like
anyway,
mathematics, transitive property, or
Listen, the reality of it is this, right? Like, we live in a world that can be real crazy, and it can be real, just overwhelming at times. Is the only way I know how to put it. So for us to be able to all come together over professional wrestling, whether you're watching the Feds or whether you're watching the Indies or you're watching all of it, it always brings people together if you allow it. And I've said that for 2 years. As a matter of on the first T-shirt we ever did, the back of it said "Professional wrestling brings people together." This is a wild ride that we're all taking, and we all have different journeys. But one thing that I've always lived by is that goth ADD kicked in when I saw that comment, buddy. I looked down.
except in this.
We have a choice. We have options, and we have our job should be as podcasters on my side of the equation anyway, is to look out for the talent and make sure the best talent, or that we do our job to make the talents look as best we can. Reality, like without the guys getting in the ring, without the companies, we don't have anything. So I think the beautiful thing about what we're all doing is we're all on a different journey, but our paths have all intersected for a reason. I've also always said it's up to us to figure out what that reason is. Like there's always reasons, and if you can figure it out, then you've put a piece of the puzzle together. I think, Matt, with our relationship, we figured out what we needed to do and how we needed to do it, and it was just all really organic. And with our pal over here, I'm not too familiar. I know I saw a little bit of his episode before, but you speak very highly of him, so there's a reason for it, and I'm going to get to know a lot about him. here in the next couple of weeks when he pops on my show. It's just
very much so looking forward to it, by the way.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be a blast. We are all here, and we're here for a reason. So, and for our platforms, it's to promote professional wrestling. As long as we do that and we have the best intentions, then we're doing our jobs, and we're doing it well. So, I think for all of our individual successes throughout 2025, it leads us to 2026, and I really think that we're all going to have our own respective booms, if you will, because it's just in the cards. Like there's when you do things and you have the best intentions and your heart's in the right place, like it's just a completely different vibe and a completely different feeling. Absolutely.
And one thing I wanted to just bring up briefly, with you, Steven, being in the Army, I saw the news a little while ago about the 2 National Guardsmen getting ambushed up in DC.
Yeah,
just a terrible thing. I mean, you hate to see stuff like that, particularly right before a holiday.
Yeah. I mean, Chris, you said it best, very eloquently. Like, the world is overwhelming, and let me add on that. It can be ugly sometimes, and Matt, as you just pointed out, unfortunately, like violence like that is, pretty much a daily thing.
It is.
And I'm not going to get on a soapbox or anything like that, but I'll give a sincere. It's very unfortunate,
Yeah.
But it's things like this, like wrestling, that I don't want to say we can escape to, because it's its own reality. Like
It is.
we come. It's not like a video game where you play for a little bit and then you turn it off and then you go back to life. Like wrestling, whether and all 3 of us have pretty interesting lives within wrestling. Matt and Chris and I, like, we all have pretty much like the same, like, we turn into wrestling from our own lives, and it's a new life, it's a new reality, not to get all philosophical and shit, but it's something we can turn away from real life even for a day. And it's like for example, everything that goes on the Army, it's a very stressful job, but when it's show day, like I'm not even thinking about the Army, nothing about, like, same thing if I were to be working any other job. Right now it's wrestling, and that's where my heart is. And I think you two kind of got a same idea going, and I love that. I love that us here and everybody else can kind of come to wrestling and just like have a whole life away from the sometimes very much so ugly life that can be out there. So thoughts and prayers too to the 2 National Guard guys. I saw all the Facebook pages, because I follow like Army WTF moments, and like when Army WTF moments gets all serious, that's when like something's wrong. And that was the first thing that I saw when it popped up on my feed. So very, very unfortunate, but
Absolutely.
yeah.
Looking over at the Instagram chat, your old buddy Patrick Tully is in the chat.
Oh, buddy, huh? Ah, the good sir.
Yep.
Let's just say I was pretty happy before. I'm even happier now. Let's just say that.
Awesome.
And how
Awesome.
I miss a certain Bobby, and I'm very happy that he's joining us right now. So
absolutely. So getting to kind of one of the reasons we're here. This Saturday out in San Diego, California, we have the WWE Survivor Series PLE. And as has become tradition, it is including the men's and women's War Games double cage match. And They haven't released the official match order, but as I usually do, I try to sort of just put it in the order that makes logical sense to me. And so I'm thinking they will probably start with the women's War Games match, which is two, fairly stacked teams. We've got Io Sky, Rhea Ripley, AJ Lee, Charlotte Flair, and Alexa Bliss versus the newly promoted to main Lash Legend, Nia Jax, Becky Lynch, Asuka, and Kairi Sane. I'll go ahead and kind of just give my prediction here. I'm basically more or less predicting that the babyface team will probably take the win here, but I could be convinced otherwise. What do you guys think?
What are you thinking, Chris?
Well, for me, it's so I think AJ did something on ESPN's pay per view, right? Or like that was the return was the mixed tag with
with Punk, yeah.
So this would be her first, real outing as far as not necessarily singles, but by herself without Punk. Essentially, I don't see this team losing. Based on that. And then on the other side of that, you've got Rhea Ripley, who is arguably, in my opinion, one of the best out in the game right now. And then on the same team, you got Charlotte Flair. That's a can't lose team. Period. No, no knock on Becky Lynch or the women's tag champs or Lash or Nia Jax. I just don't see this going their way. I think that would be a bunk move, in my opinion.
Yeah, kind of agree with you on that one, Chris. Like, if anything, no disrespect to everybody involved here, but the heel team kind of feels a little thrown together, like last minute, like a little bunched up, I feel. And really the only one that would benefit, I feel, from a win of this magnitude would be Becky Lynch, unless they're trying to turn somebody on the babyface team heel and they're trying to set that up for something in the future. But otherwise, yeah, there's just I think there's just a little bit too much going on the babyface team. And not only that, like I think the babyfaces gain more from winning this match. So that's just my thoughts on it. So
yeah, when I look at the heel team, it almost seems like you've got the I guess the Kabuki Warriors, Asuka and Kairi Sane, and then you've got this new little tandem with Nia Jax and Lash Legend. So you've got these two sort of teams, and then you've got Becky. So I feel like there isn't really a lot of cohesion, like you said, kind of thrown together, without necessarily a lot of history among the five of them. I feel like there's more history and more continuity on the face team than there is on the heel team.
Well, yeah, I do too. And I think when it comes down to it, I'll even take it a step further. I think that AJ will probably pick up the win over Lash Legend. That's the only person on the heel side of the equation that I could see taking the loss and bouncing back on it. They were just brought up to the main roster. But also on the flip side of that, I could see devil's advocate. You want to make somebody and you just bring them back up, you could put Lash Legend over anyone on the babyface side of the equation, and it's going to generate some talk for sure. But so it's a double-edged sword. But I think AJ pulls the win here, and I do think it's probably going to be over Legend.
Anything else to say, Steven?
No further thoughts.
Okay.
I think it will be a really good match, though, really entertaining. Everybody in this match, there's it's all top tier talent. So no further comments.
Gotcha. So next we have the Intercontinental Championship rematch. John Cena and Dom Mysterio. My thinking, this match will be fun. Lots of cool spots. Both guys will, definitely have the opportunity to get their stuff in. I'm actually going to say my prediction on this. I think Dom will actually win and reclaim the Intercontinental Belt. Reason being, I just don't think there needs to be a belt involved in Cena's final match. And I actually think his final match will likely be better if there isn't a belt involved, especially considering that it appears, based on rumor and such, that Gunther is likely to be Cena's final opponent. And since Gunther's already had a run as world heavyweight champion, to me, the Intercontinental Belt would be potentially viewed as a step down for him, since he's already been at a higher level. I mean, I know people move up and down from the world title level to the mid card and back, but to me, this soon it would look like a step down for Gunther if he truly is going to be the guy in Cena's final match. Just my thoughts.
I'm right there with you. That was my stance on it the entire way around. I think that they put the belt on Cena. Obviously, they were in Boston. It was Cena's last show in Boston. Yeah, do something different.
Yeah,
get the pop. He did. Now Cena needs to come back and do business here, and business here is going back to Dominic Mysterio, and they can do this many different ways. It can be fluky. It can be heelish. It doesn't have to be clean. But you got to get the belt back off of Cena. 100%, because you're correct. I feel like the same as everyone else. Feels like they're headed towards Gunther Cena, and if that's the case, there doesn't need to be a title because it is 100% a step back for Gunther. And I think that Gunther pulls this W, and I think that he's headed back to WrestleMania. That's a piece of what I think is happening here. It makes sense. The next big show is the Rumble. There's that's a play, and it's something that can shake out. I do think that Dom leaves with the IC title, as he should.
Yep. What do you say, Steven?
Yeah. So this was the one that I had probably the most trouble with trying to narrow down, because at first, when it was first announced, I was pretty sure it's going to be Cena. But to be totally honest, when you guys brought up the whole thing about it does act like, the more I think about it, the more it does make sense that Cena probably should not have the belt. And it's funny because they kind of pulled this a couple of years ago. I believe it was with Cena's last title reign before this one earlier this year. Where super niche, but it was it was 2017, early 2017, when he won the title for 2 weeks right before Mania, and then he dropped it to, I think it was Bray Wyatt. But they so it's not unprecedented for Cena to be to have that feel good moment and then move on to the next. And I feel like Cena's leading the charge here with his booking for the last couple of weeks here. So it could definitely be Cena's call to where it's let the audience have a feel good moment. Me finally getting the Grand Slam championship, the IC title, the one championship that's eluded me this whole career.
Yep.
And then let's give Dom that rub back and because I definitely feel like Dom has a lot more to do with the belt. If this were the last chance he had with the Intercontinental Championship, I think that would be a little bit of a letdown. Because again, he really made the champion. I I hate saying that because it's almost cliche when it's like a wrestler makes a championship feel special or vice versa, whatever. But like his title reign all throughout this year was really, really good. The matches were great quality. He really, anytime he did something, heelish out there, he had the belt on him, and he really did something different with the championship. Like Braun Breaker before was a powerhouse. Jey Uso is the crowd favorite, and I'm not just saying this because of the haircut and the homage, but it really did feel like a callback to Eddie Guerrero, with him, having the championship like that.
Oh yeah.
So I really dig the IC title being on Dom Mysterio, and I would love to see more come out of it, and then it come full circle, maybe him dropping it at Mania. But the only thing that kind of had me doubting was, like he's involved with AAA now, and he's got what is it? Is he got their world championship, right? It's kind of escaping me right now.
The
I know
Omega,
he
I
has.
think it's the Triple H.
Yeah,
Yeah,
their mega
Okay,
championship. Yeah.
sure. So, and I don't know if they're going to want to involve him more with that, or if that's going to interfere with him being on the main roster, or anything like that. If so far it hasn't, it seems, but they might have something else planned for him. Not sure, but personally, I would like to see Dominic Mysterio. The more I thought about it, the more I was like, yeah, I think that's better. So
Gotcha. I was noticing our buddy Chris UK Paul disagrees with us. He said Cena retains. So
well, I mean, that's
yeah,
that's UK Paul. You can take that with a
yeah,
grain of salt.
yeah.
That's how many pints have you had, Paul? I need to know that answer before I take that response remotely seriously.
Yep. So now we have the Women's World Championship. Stephanie Vaquer defending against Nikki Bella. To me, this is the most predictable match on the card, and honestly, the one I'm hate to say it, but the one I'm the least excited for. And I think they went this way and set this match up because pretty much all of the credible opponents for Stephanie are kind of tied up in war games. So they sort of had to have a match for Stephanie on the card. So they pull in Nikki Bella. I mean, I hate to say it, but I mean, to me, this is a bathroom break match, and Stephanie easily retains. What do you guys think?
I'm going to defer. You go first on this one.
yeah. Sorry, Matt. I think Nikki Bella is gonna shock the world
Really?
and win. Yeah, I don't know. Something about it, just like the way that they pulled the trigger on this heel turn and everything, and um, like the fact that she's kind of back consistently. Because past couple of years she's kind of like been on a low key legend status. Whatever terminology you want to use, but um, she's been like she's been increasing her presence back in WWE,
Mm-hmm.
and I feel like it'll not freshen things up, but it'll give you know something new to the division on Raw, to where it's like once all the other women are done with the War Games match, it'll be like, out of the smoke, when it clears, there's a brand new heel champion on top. Um, so it's like, that gives opportunities for, like Rhea Ripley to, like, I guess, go after Nikki Bella. I could see it becoming like Nikki Bella holds it until like Mania, like, type deal,
God, I hope not. Sorry.
Yeah, well, I mean, not the best outcome ever, but I don't know. Like, I got a weird feeling that this might be because not only that, it's been ages. I think last championship, if I recall correctly, Nikki Bella won was the old Divas Championship, right? Before they nix that title, right? Or am I wrong?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You may very well be correct on that. I know it's been a while.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Right. Just just a thought. So
What do you say, Chris?
I not to be a negative Nancy. I've never seen really anything in the Bellas at all. Like, they've never really impressed me, and I don't have any interest in it, to be perfectly fair. So champ retains. I don't. I get it, right? I understand, and I feel like they think that it's going to move the needle, but to me, it's almost like going back to Ronda Rousey versus Nikki Bella at like the Evolution. Like, and correct me if I'm wrong. Like, guys, you and Chad and those out watching this, like, is there really that big of a following for Nikki Bella to win the championship? And if so, like, why?
Where did it come from?
Yeah, like, if you can help me understand and see this, that's what I tell my guys all the time at work. When I know that shit ain't right, I'll just say, hey man, help me understand. And if you can help me understand, then cool. I can get behind it, but I don't understand it. I don't get it. At that point, it's almost like you don't necessarily have to have something for her for the champ at that point. You could always circle back around on Raw the next night and do something with somebody. You know what I mean? Like, there's things that you could do.
Sure.
Yeah, Goth says that Nikki wins only if she dates Cena.
That is a very long sailed ship on both parties' ends,
Yeah.
And it's not necessarily a hot take either.
Yeah, right.
I'm just saying.
Yeah. Man, that's crazy. Like, I just totally forgot what I was gonna say. But I don't know, like with Nikki Bella though, a thought did come to my mind, and maybe I'm tripping or whatever. But whenever I go to like a WWE show, and mind you, I'm not like a frequent fan. It's been years since I've last been to a WWE event, but I've always seen, like, of all the merch out there, I've always seen Nikki Bella's hats, like the snapback that she wears.
Mm-hmm.
That's a very popular item amongst the fans, I've noticed. And, like for some reason, because there are particular pieces of merch that stand out to me from time to time, that I just kind of take note whenever I see a lot of fans wearing it. And the Nikki Bella hat is always one that I've always seen recurring, whether it's a WWE show or an AEW show. Sometimes I'll even see it at an independent show. Um, so like I don't think Nikki Bella necessarily has outside cross-cultural appeal, but enough to where she's a presence with the audience. Um, so and I'll agree with you, Chris. Like, I'll be honest, like, when I was just starting to get back into wrestling right around like 2014, 2015-ish, the Bellas were kind of on top. And that's why it was like, I don't know if there's any correlation, but it was kind of like a, dark age, if you will, for, the women's, or if you want to call it the divas division way back. Yeah. Right.
Brother, you don't have to justify your choice to me for anybody or for anybody.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, this is why professional wrestling to me is beautiful. We don't have to all agree.
No.
To have a conversation.
It's more fun if we don't.
And you're not wrong for having your view or opinion on it. And if this is a perfect lesson for fucking society. Even if you don't agree with somebody, they can still fucking talk about it.
There you go.
Still have that discourse, and you can have the conversation. So please don't ever apologize for your view or opinion on something like Matt. Like we're talking about professional wrestling. You know, it's not like we're talking about World War VI or like it's pro wrestling. You have that voice and you have that opinion, man. Don't apologize for it. Yeah,
Right.
I don't fault you or think differently because you like Nikki Bella. It's all about perception, and you're 100% correct when you say it's about when you grow up and when you fall in love with professional wrestling, right? Like for me and Matt and I, we're old heads. I'm a territory guy. I'm an old '80s Crockett guy. So that was where my fandom came in. So I'm more privy and have more of a prone, draw to that throwback style of territory wrestling. Does that mean that modern stuff doesn't draw me in? No, it does in its own ways, right? So it's just all about perception. You got your view, you got the opinion.
100%.
But that was an interesting observation on your part, though, about the Nikki Bella, snapback hat being popular among the fans. So maybe there is more of a following for Nikki than we realize. Either that or people just dig the hat. I mean, it's who knows?
It's very true.
I will say, it does have style points, that and the fact that she wears. I'm not the biggest Nikki Bella fan out there, but she does pop up on Complex Sneakers Instagram page every once in a while because she has like custom red Louis Vuitton sneaks that she wears out there, so that's pretty hard. So,
nice.
10 points for the fashion.
So, moving on now to the men's War Games match. Using a Marvel Comics metaphor, you've essentially got the Avengers and the Hellfire Club.
Spot on.
On the face side, the Avengers side, you've got the Usos, you've got CM Punk, you've got Cody, and you've got Roman. And then on the Hellfire Club heel side, you've got Drew McIntyre, Bronson Reed, Brock Lesnar, Braun Breaker, and Logan Paul. This is really a stacked match, and it's going to be interesting seeing all of this happen and basically seeing if all of these guys have an opportunity to kind of get their stuff in. I think it'll be a lengthy match, so I think we'll see definitely plenty of action. I'm actually predicting the heels win here via a shock heel turn from somebody or somebodies on the face side. I'm hoping, but I'm always hoping that it might be Cody, but I'm expecting it to be one or both of the Usos.
Here's the thing. So, am I supposed to care that Paul Heyman's back with Brock Lesnar?
Yeah, isn't that weird? Like,
it's very weird.
Yeah, like, again, I'm with you. I'm with you.
Sorry, I just lost my fucking contact. Excuse me, guys. Y'all carry on.
Oh, that's the worst. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, I gotta get her before she dries out.
Right. Lesnar, like, for me personally, I can't ever accurately predict a match with Brock Lesnar in it. Can never go 100% in on one or the other, whether it's a multi-man match like this or a singles match, because Lesnar's always a wild card. Because just when you think, he's gonna do the right thing, and put whoever over or whatever, you get Brock Lesnar versus Cena a couple months ago, where it was like that was just literally like what, like that had me scratching my head, like what just happened. So I don't know. Like you're gonna have to come. You guys are gonna have to come back to me because like
So
yeah
I'm saying this. I'm saying that the babyface team is super stacked, which
Yeah.
makes me feel like the heels are going over. And I don't like that idea either. I just don't. I think that I think the heels are going over. I don't know how it's going to happen. I do hope that there is a heel turn, and I'm in the same line as you, Matt. I kind of hope it is Cody. I mean, looks like right now WWE is going for shock value more than anything else. So, you know,
I mean, to me, the babyface Cody shtick is played out. And I've always been of the opinion that heel Cody is best Cody. So, you know, one thing I will say, just kind of a side note, you know, the other day, Julia and my wife and I were watching Raw and saw the segment where Lesnar falls on his ass, you know, coming down to the ring, and she, you know, she is a fairly new wrestling fan, but she got the biggest laugh out of that. So then I had to take her down the rabbit hole and show her the whole Titus O'Neil thing sliding under the ring in Saudi, and then we went back even further, and I showed her the debut of the Shockmaster.
the Shockmaster. Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Amazing.
we had a good time with that the other morning, just showing her all that stuff, and yeah, and then you know, hearing Corey Graves' reaction to Titus O'Neil sliding under the ring
Yeah.
was just even better. So
Yeah, he just starts like maniacally laughing, you know, just and I don't blame him at all. Like
no,
it's
I
literally
mean,
like it's literally perfect, you know?
yeah.
So yeah, Brockmaster, you know, the like
Oh yeah.
he's gonna Brock you because he's none other than the Brock Master. All right, Brockmaster. Ah.
Yep.
Yeah. No, that was really funny. And I'm kind of glad that everybody is like, you know, kind of having a little bit of fun with it too, because even some of my like non wrestling friends on Instagram, like even I saw them like sharing it and everything. So it's kind of it's you know, you hate to see it sometimes, but when people are having fun with it, it's like, well, you know, it's that's good. It's heartwarming, you know.
Yeah.
So love to see that. But yeah, um, regarding the match though, um, with heel Cody, like I see the appeal and I see a million things they could do with it. My only question is who who replaces him as the top guy, you know, as the top baby face, I guess. Because like I don't really see them going back to Roman. Um, CM Punk's, I guess, like to like tweener, I guess maybe for that like top babyface role. Um,
And possibly at this point, unfortunately, possibly a little too old.
right, right. So for all we know, we could be getting like the CM Punk like victory lap for all we know. Because after this title reign and you know how it ends or whatever, maybe one final run, he could certainly be like, "Hey, look, this is it. My body's telling me enough's enough," and then that's it. We get like a CM Punk 2027, you know, year-long retirement tour, you know, for all we know. But um that would be my like as far as the match itself goes, I agree with you guys. I certainly see this going in the heels court. Um, you know, again, especially because Brock's in it, and it's like you can never really count on anything going the other way when Brock's involved, I feel. Um, but moreover, um, like I just like even last Monday's segment where Cody, Roman, and CM Punk were all in the ring together, and they were just kind of like bickering, and just like, you can feel a little bit of tension in there. So 100% somebody could turn. I feel like maybe this would be a good time to pull the trigger on Jay turning heel and doing a reversal, not only of the Usos when Jimmy turned heel way back when, but also just I feel like the fans would be very much so open to it. Um, and him going for Cody or even CM Punk. But yeah, just as far as the match itself goes, after an absolute classic, I feel like the heels got this one with most likely Brock being on top, but yeah, I think this is going to be a very fun match nonetheless, though, and I'm really excited to watch it. So, any further thoughts at all?
No, I mean, I think you guys covered all that. Like, I think that this is one that's going to be entertaining. There's a lot of star power. There's a lot of different ways that this could go. There's a lot of speculation, if you will. So really, it's going to come down to what they decide to do and pull the trigger. There's some interesting things that can happen for sure, and I think all of us as fans are hoping that that's exactly what we get. Something interesting. It's something that may not be predictable. What if Brock is using this as a setup for Paul Heyman? Because Heyman turned his back on him the last go around. Like, that could be a thing. But if that was, and I think about that, and as I really put some context behind it, if that was the case, man, I don't see them bringing him back to squash Cena. They did that for pretty much a heel. So I don't know. It's just, to me, it's kind of like when it comes to Heyman and Lesnar again. It just don't make sense.
The one thing that I find odd about this heel team is the sudden inclusion of Logan Paul. I had actually hoped that that as far as, I guess, completing the Vision faction, I was hoping they were going to bring Ethan Page up to Maine and put him in the Vision. I mean, to me, Logan Paul has grown on me in the last year or so, and I actually think the guy has evolved into being a really good worker, but I just don't see him necessarily as being a faction guy. I've always thought of him more as kind of being his own thing. Whereas, somebody like Ethan Page has done factions and tag teams and such in the past, and he's good with that, So I had hoped that they were going to do something like that more than necessarily Logan Paul in the Vision. But that's just me.
I could see Logan Paul doing I could definitely see him as a faction head, but not the Vision. I feel like Seth Rollins was kind of the perfect blend together because he did a similar stable. I forget what it was called back during the pandemic. When he had, the Authors of Pain and what's his name? Buddy Murphy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. When he had all those guys in his group. So this go around too, little tweak to it, but kind of had the same vibe going. So it worked. It worked for everybody involved, and it made Braun and Bronson look good and gave them something really good to do. But yeah, Logan Paul, I could see doing if they were to do a YouTube influencer group, or something that kind of because Logan Paul's kind of I see him more along the lines of something like the Miz Taraj, where it's their whole gimmick is that they got the money, they got the fame, they got the nice clothes and everything like that, and they're just really good at what they do, and they're just so cocky about it, and they just fame, that's their thing. Versus Seth Rollins and the Vision, where it's no pun intended, a cult of personality almost, where it's Seth's the cult leader, and here's his muscle, and then you got his advisor in Paul Heyman. So I feel like, like Logan Paul, not the best shoe-in, for lack of a better term, into that group. I feel like, like somebody like Ethan Page might have been a better choice, but I think we can both agree Logan Paul basically took Seth Rollins' spot, not just in the faction, but also in the Survivor Series match. No doubt, in my mind at least, Seth would have been there. It just,
for sure. Yeah.
Just good old shit happens, right? So,
yeah. One one little point of speculation, regarding this tournament to come to whoever's going to be Cena's final opponent. The match on Monday between Penta and Solo Sikoa had an injury to Penta. Do you think that impacted the outcome of the match? Do you think they had planned for Penta to go over on Solo and they ended up having to call an audible? Or do you think the outcome ended up being how they had planned it anyway?
I didn't watch it. I'd have to see it. So for me to even have an accurate comment. So I have no concept that I don't know. I'd have to see the match and see the structure of it, and see just because there's a lot of little nuances that if you lace them up, you can pick up on pretty quickly. I'd have to see it to give you a firm. I feel like that happened.
What do you think, Steven?
So I didn't see the whole match. I did see the snippet though where Penta was injured. And that makes me think that they had to call an audible because, I just feel like, I feel like if somebody like Penta gets like legit injured, which he is, I feel like they're, Penta and Solo are enough professionals and they've been doing this for long enough to where they would figure out something. And
right.
They're of the same wavelength of where, it's like, let's do the safer thing now and we'll worry about the rest in the back.
Right.
So that, again, that's just my gut instinct, but so I think they just kind of had to pivot off of that,
right.
Which is unfortunate.
Probably.
It sucks to see Penta injured, but
oh, for sure.
Yeah.
So we're getting toward the end of things now, and I know that Chris has some things he wants to let the world know about.
Yeah, we as some of you know, and maybe some of you don't, we had our first live event last Saturday night in Castleberry, Florida. Had some fantastic guys come down and some great talent on the scene locally here in Florida. We had Caius came in from Texas. I had Alex Bryant come down from the Carolinas. We had Jay Haru come in from New Jersey.
My guy Ennis.
Enos is what you meant to say. Is I have to correct his last name. It's Enos. But we had a really good time. And that has what might have been a one and done kind of situation has now turned into a lot. And my phone, I told you, Matt, before we came on the air, my phone hasn't stopped in 3 days. 4 days. I still have probably 30 DMs to get to on Instagram that I've not been able to get to yet. And it's really interesting, but we are definitely coming back, and we're coming back to Castleberry on January the 31st. It is CCP Podcasting's Chapter 2. It is entitled Next Level, and it is indeed going to be that, because what we are doing is we are not a promotion. I do want to go ahead and emphasize this because I've been asked I've answered this question 30 times. It's not a promotion. We're not an independent wrestling promotion. That's not what we're doing. We're collaboration. And what does that mean? That means that we are collaborating with talent. We are collaborating with feds and companies that we have relationships with. We are collaborating with any and everybody who truly has the best intentions and best heart for these guys and girls out there that really want to get some opportunities, but maybe they can't do it. And this is where I say, like, we're in a really good spot as platforms because we can provide some of that. And chapter 1 was a test. It was a test to see if putting people together. Dallas Dash came in from Virginia, and I do want to tell you this: like, I think the world of this kid. I don't mean kid disrespectfully at all. He's got a really, really good story, and really, in fact, the dude shouldn't be here. He shouldn't be walking right now. He shouldn't be on the face of the planet, and he is. He showed up, man, and he had such a positive fucking attitude when I talked to him on a Beyond the Bell. That's what led to him even coming down. I met him. This guy is fucking tremendous. Got such a good heart. And guys like that really just want like opportunities to get out there and travel. And what a lot of people don't understand is sometimes things are tough. And in the professional wrestling business, it can be very difficult. I've been fortunate enough to build a platform from the ground up over the last 2 years, and have been able to make a lot of really good relationships with a lot of different companies and a lot of different talents all over the world. So we are moving forward into 2026. We do have, as of right now, stuff that I can announce. I have 6 shows currently on the books in 2026, 6 live events that we are plotting and planning out now. And it is definitely a collaboration with companies. The Florida partnership right now, we partnered up with the Establishment Wrestling. We run out of their venue. It's down in Castleberry, Florida. It is it's a nice intimate little setting, and it was really a good time. So chapter 2, before I get to chapter 2, what I want to announce there is I'm going to announce the main event, and I haven't again, we're already selling tickets for this event. We've already sold. I won't put a number out there right now, but it's enough to where it's like, oh shit, I need to get in touch with my web guy to make sure that I've capped the tickets so that I can stay inside capacity for the building. That's where we're at right now. And this is all in the last couple of days. But we are partnering up with, in March, we're headed out to Southern California. Los Angeles, we're coming. We're coming to SoCal with Millennium Pro Wrestling and Primal Pro Wrestling on March 28th. That's happening. It is a done deal. Paperwork's been signed. We're coming back to Orlando in April. I think it's April 18th, if I'm not mistaken. And we're crowning CCB Podcasting's first heavyweight champion. There's a tournament going on right now, and there will be 8 guys. We're going to crown our first champion, and that champion's going to travel with us. We're going to take them on the road, and we're going to take them to give these guys opportunities that they truly need and truly deserve. And then we're going to let them connect and network, and who knows what can happen, right? Like that. Isn't that why we're here? But I digress because I'm so passionate about this. I want to get to the main event. I really, when I put this card together, I was thinking about who I wanted to put on top. I had several different concepts and several different ideas, but I settled on it. Devious Cass is a guy who is coming out of up in New Jersey, up north. I think the world of. I think this guy, he's 18 years old, maybe 19 now. Been doing this since he was 12 years old. The guy is tremendously talented. He's making debuts all over the place. He just up north, you have to be 18 to travel. When he turned 18, brother started hitting the road and is just doing great stuff. Recently debuted with GCW. He's been on Beyond Wrestling and Wrestling Open and AXW. It's just really good to see. But I'm going to put him in the ring with a guy that you know awful lot about, Matt, that you've sat down with and chatted with before. And I'm going to put him in the ring with not who maybe you think. He doesn't start with an E. It starts with a G. When I knew that I had Devious Cass locked in for this show, there was one person that came to my mind that I think 100% is going to have an incredible main event, and that's GMJ.
Oh, for sure.
GMJ's been on WWE ID showcase shows. He earned his spot when they were in Orlando there. He has been through a lot in life, and
He
has such a positive attitude and positive mentality on what he's doing and where he's going. He has got star written all over him. So
and the stuff that he is doing with the kids program at the Hawk is amazing. You know, really getting these kids fired up and really helping lay the groundwork for the next generation and the generation after that.
1,000%. 1,000%. So, like, yeah, this is an opportunity, and this is what we're going to be doing with our talents. Like, obviously, I'm local to Florida, so when I run Florida, I'm going to use a lot of Florida guys, but I'm also going to bring in talent that want to travel and that want to come down and debut and want to do some things. And there are going to be people that are reputable that I know are going to come in and do the right thing and have a good time doing it, and just have fun. So that's what this is all about. At the end of the day, it's going to be a fun ride. It's going to be a great time. I've got talent coming in from Southern California. I've got talent coming in from up north in New Jersey. I've got announced already. Set It Off's drummer himself, Mr. Max Danziger, sponsored by Mr. Matt himself, which we greatly appreciate. He's going to be making his debut for us. He was supposed to be on Chapter 1, but we couldn't get the dates with the tour. So he's in the house. I've already announced from Southern California, J2 Mattioli. That's another cat that you guys, if you don't know, probably need to go out and fucking watch. He's tied into Primal Pro Wrestling and is also training at the Primal Pro Wrestling School. So he's training the next generation of Southern California wrestlers right now. And I've already announced that the Pump Line's coming. Antonio Rivers and Boa Silva. I think that these two guys, as far as the tag team is concerned, I think they're up there, and you need to get your eyes on them, because with the right opportunities and the right times and the right places, they can get snatched quickly, very quickly. And I don't know when these guys are going to come back to Florida. I couldn't tell you. The opportunities are always there. But if you're coming to Florida and you're in the Orlando area, ccppodcasting.com, get your tickets now. They're under go to our store, click the button, do the thing. Because this one, I do feel in my gut that we're going to sell this motherfucker out. And if that happens, look out, because we know we're on to something, and it is going to be something special. It is going to be something different. And it's going to be something where we take care of our guys and we take care of the talent, put the talent first. Because that's what we're here for. And at the end of the day, I'm looking for sponsors. If there are guys and gals out there, companies, that you want to get in and do something positive, hop on. Sponsoring Chapter 2, One Division Pro out of New York. Sponsoring Chapter 2, Fight Pro out of New Jersey. These are wrestling companies that believe in what we're doing, to say, hey, I want to support you, and I want to help you keep this thing rolling, because we appreciate what you're doing. And it's going to lead to further collaborations. Like, there's talks of a massive collaboration super show in New Jersey in the summer of 2026, involving several companies, including our podcasting platform. That's something that I'm very excited about. I'm very excited also, real quick, and Matt, I know I'm rambling. Oh, Paul, yeah, he did. He finally did pick somebody with some common sense to fucking sponsor.
I guess I saw the light.
Yeah, well, you angered him. You angered old Enos, so that's always fun. But ultimately, at the end of the day, like, I really think that we're onto something good. I think that we're onto something that is going to be very beneficial for a lot of the younger guys out there who want to get out on the road, but maybe you don't have the networking, or maybe you don't have the opportunities to get out there. I'm not saying that I can do it. I can't do it. We're fucking everybody. I can't. But what I can do is take the time and at least try and work within those that are really out there, that are trying to get noticed, that really, have the ability to do this fucking long term. I told Dallas Dash this today. I don't mind saying this. There's a handful of guys that are on my list of, I will do whatever I need to do to help you out, to make sure that we get you the opportunities, because I believe in them. And that list has like 4 names on it now. Dallas is one of them. And I hate to use him as the example. It's just because he's on my heart. As a matter of fact, I'll tell you why he's on my heart. He walked out the dressing room on Saturday night and left his ring jacket. So I got that. But guys like that, man, this guy's crushing it. And, again, as the example, maybe he can't get out there and has the connections, but he's coming to Southern California with us on March 28th. He'll be back in Orlando, Florida on April the 18th. And he'll be rocking and rolling when we head to Texas in 2026, when we head to Jersey in 2026. Why? Because he's passionate and he's good. He just needs the opportunity. What I mean by that too is I've told promoters, I'll pay the rate. Guys like that will pay their travel. I'll pay their rate. And if they don't impress you and you don't like what you see, then it ain't no loss to you. At the end of the day, that's how deep I feel about some of these guys that are out there. And here's the crazy part, Matt. We're just getting started. How many more are out there? How many more are out there that can really go out there and make something happen? There's plenty. We're going to find them, and we are going to showcase them. That's my soapbox. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk. I'm Chris Page. I'll see you next time.
Steven, I know you are wrestling on Friday, and I believe I saw that you are competing in a bull rope match.
Oh,
yeah, triple threat bull rope match.
How do you do a triple threat bull rope?
Matt, Chris, we're gonna find out firsthand how you're gonna do a triple threat bull rope.
Here's how you do it. You're gonna have to have about 40 feet of rope. One end goes on somebody's arm.
Right.
One end's the middle's gonna be tied around somebody else. Cowbell between 1 and 2, and then you strap up on the other side, cowbell between 3 and 4. There you go, or bull row or bull bell, whatever. There you go.
I'm not going to spoil anything, but yeah, it sounds like we're heading that way. So we're already in a good direction. But yeah, so that's I guess that's the hard part.
Will this be your first bull rope match?
This will be my first bull rope match. So
I have a question for you.
By all means.
What kind of tape study have you done to prepare yourself for this? Please tell me you've looked up some Dusty Rhodes.
Well, yeah, first bull rope match that comes to my mind, unfortunately, is JBL and Eddie Guerrero. But so I did watch that one. Yeah,
it's a good one, but still sinner.
Right. I know Dusty's the one that's made it famous. So good to know that I still have that catalog to watch, because I ain't got much going on for the next 2 days other than just just pacing a hole in my floor thinking about all the terrible things I'm going to do to Christian Pierce and Caden Newton on Friday. So that'll take my mind off things for sure. But yeah, I'm definitely interested in it, and I'm really looking forward to it. It's also a big blow off to a multi-month feud between really me and Christian Pierce, but Caden Newton is also factored in there too with both of us. So it's going to come full circle, and we're going to have a very destructive, I'd say 15 to 20 minutes. So.
Well, we're going to have something to circle around on and chat about in a week or so. So
yeah, if I come out alive,
we're going to find out how that bull rope match goes, brother. Good luck, and especially with it being your first, man. Have fun with it. Just have fun. Yeah. Have fun, brother. Have fun.
Yeah, thanks. It's I will say, I don't want to peel back the curtain too much for the people watching at home, but I will say it's looking to be pretty fun. So we're, a lot of ideas floating around, and we have more than enough time to practice some things. So I think it will be very entertaining bout for the audience in attendance. So and it's looking to be a pretty packed house too, which is really cool. Shout out to everybody at PSW. Like, they've been really busting their ass on Facebook and Instagram, like really putting over this event. The Black Friday thing going on Friday, obviously, but yeah, like everybody's been sharing the whole ticket thing on their Instagram. They've been plugging up their matches and everything like that. Um, and yeah, like you were talking about, Chris, like a lot of passionate individuals, at this promotion, and I think their passion is going to suit them very well Friday when their matches are in front of a piping hot crowd. So yeah, and then I just get the fun part of get my ass whooped by some piece of rope with a cowbell attached to it in the main event. So we'll
You gotta
you
love
know
it.
right, you gotta love it, right? So
Mhm.
but yeah. So, and then I don't know, Saturday and Sunday I'll be pretty much doing nothing. So that'll be a nice little come down from a really busy season of wrestling that it's been so far,
I know
the past couple of weeks.
you have really been grinding it these last few weeks, Stephen. You,
Yeah.
you know, you and I have been messaging back and forth a lot, man, and I'm glad that you're actually gonna get a chance to kind of catch your breath some this weekend.
Yeah, man. Like, I know we were talking last week, Matt. So, Chris, a week ago today, um, I went up to, I don't know if you heard of promotion New South Pro
Mhm.
up in Hans. Yeah, so went up
I'm
there.
from Alabama, brother. I live in
Oh, really?
Florida, but I'm from Alabama,
Oh, okay. We're at Alabama.
Birmingham.
Oh, okay. Yes. Look at that. So I was in Birmingham Saturday, which
Yep.
I really like Birmingham. It's a nice drive too.
Hey,
Um,
you know what the best thing about Birmingham, Alabama is?
what's that?
I-20 to Atlanta.
Ah, that's right. Same thing.
Follow
Same
that
thing
one
with
for
South
years.
Jersey.
What's
Yeah.
that?
Same thing with South Jersey is that the best part about South Jersey is everybody's an Eagles fan over there. So, one bridge away from Philadelphia,
But
Hey, but that's funny. That's
yeah,
funny.
yep.
Birmingham's really nice though. I love going up there anytime.
Yeah, we'll see.
Uh,
I got out of Alabama for a motherfucking reason at
yeah,
like 19 or 20, so I didn't look back. So,
I feel you. Yeah.
but it's
You know,
it is. I'm from there, so I'm very familiar with all of, not necessarily the companies, but I do know New South. I've seen a lot of
okay.
stuff in the past, and
Yeah.
man, I hope that actually I'll be in Alabama Christmas this year. So about
Right on.
a month I'll be cruising through Birmingham. So is that where you're
Right
at?
on.
You live in Birmingham?
No, so I'm in good old Columbus, Georgia.
Okay, well then you're a hop,
Yeah.
skip, and a jump away. Oh, we'll have to talk. We'll do that later
Right.
when we're not on
Yeah.
live stream.
Oh yeah.
Hey,
Well,
Dallas Dash is it just popped up in the Instagram chat.
oh,
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I just put you over, Dallas. You missed it. You have to get the replay.
But as far as what we've got coming up on the Throwdown, actually
Hey,
this Sunday, the 30th, at a special early start time of noon Eastern, I've got episode 177 with a UK-based wrestler, Martin Cardia.
yeah.
Good dude. Definitely looking forward to having him. And then let me just get this to do what I needed to do. Then
Hey, chapter one.
on Wednesday the 3rd, 7 p.m. Eastern, episode 178 with Florida-based pro wrestler and newly minted color commentator, the
Yeah.
Midwest Bluebird
nice.
himself, Gage Holloway. this guy is such a good dude. I am so excited about this episode. I mean, I've seen a lot of his stuff, man, and just a quality human being.
Listen, brother is tall as shit. Like he is and is deceptively tall. Like when you see him in his clips, like it does him no justice. Dude is, I mean, I'm big. I'm 6 foot, and he's looking down at me. And we had a fantastic time having him on Chapter 1. Fun fact, and I'll tell you the story because I know we got to get out of here. With him specifically, I had him come down to the venue because I wanted to talk to him about some stuff in the future. And I brought my computer, obviously, and just didn't think about live streaming commentary while I was there. And I was like, hey, man, like, you know, I can give you, here's X, I can give you X amount of dollars if you just sit here and talk to my audience. And because I know that you've done it before. And that we're talking about doing some commentary down the line. Brother came on the stream and just knocked it out of the park. I haven't had a chance to watch it all the way back yet. Just his portion of it. But my audience fell in love. They just in love with the dude. So, and I know that we've got him coming on in December as well. And maybe I'm waiting on an official go ahead. Maybe a Chapter 2.
Nice. Yeah, he is a young guy that I wish all the best to. I mean, just like I said, just seems like a quality human being, and you know, just a good kid.
Oh yeah, fantastic. I'm telling you, you're gonna have a blast. And again, we've got him coming on in December as well. At some point in December, I think we're like mid-December, but. You're gonna have a blast with that conversation. That guy is, I can't say enough nice things about him.
No doubt. Well, guys, tomorrow is Thanksgiving. You know, I don't know about y'all, but we're actually hosting my wife's family tomorrow, so we got a lot to do. So you know, I'm gonna actually wrap this up so I can go help Julia do all that she's needing to do to get the house ready to go for the invasion tomorrow.
Understandable. Yeah.
But man, both of y'all have an amazing Thanksgiving. You know, like we were saying earlier, all three of us have a lot to be grateful for and a lot to be thankful for. And you know, everybody just keep all of that in mind. It's easy to focus on the negatives in life, but you know, as screwed up of a world as we're in right now, there's still a lot to be thankful for and a lot to be grateful for, and we just need to be focusing on the positives.
Yeah, it just makes me want to quote Rufus and just be excellent to each other.
Absolutely.
Beautiful.
On that note, everybody have a great night, and we'll be back, like I said, on Sunday at noon with Martin Cardia. And keep an eye on all of our socials because big stuff's coming on all three of our fronts. And everybody be good to each other and love each other and all that good stuff. And let's keep throwing it down.